Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second video in sort of the collectors series, so to say, on this channel. Basically, having done a video on sort of how to start out new collecting, we've decided to do a video on sort of advanced collecting. So I thought that I'd bring down a few advanced items, a couple of different books, and yeah, maybe we can start to discuss some of the stuff like that. So, Tim, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, yeah. So thanks, Toby, for that. So advanced collecting. Um, I wouldn't say for beginners to just suddenly jump from starting out to owning your own shop and everything. I wouldn't say that as a bit, as more advanced. But in terms of, for example, in the last video on the beginners, we looked at cap badges, the common brass or bimetal cap badge. But I would recommend for advanced collectors is buying the War Economy plastic cap badge, the one in the middle on the cap badge reference book. That's the Hampshire Regiment War Economy plastic cap badge. The plastic cap badges are a bit more expensive compared to the usual cap badges, and they're not as common. That's why they're more advanced. Um, and again, even a good reference book, the advanced reference book, which Toby would kindly divulge in.
Yeah, so this is one of the reference books I have. There's two volumes, as you can see. It says Volume 1. But this is the Ausrüstung book by Rowley Pickering. And I'd say it's definitely up there with the best references you can have on German combat equipment. It's extremely well put together, nice photos, that kind of thing. And it's very much worth having in your library if you want to collect German combat equipment. Um, the nice thing about it is it does explain about the items, but it showcases sort of the really high end, really exotic pieces of field equipment that you just never see, which is always nice. Actually, I might add in a photo here of another video book I have, which is on German canteens specifically and mess tins. That's another good one, but I've never seen one since they released, so good luck finding them. Um, shall I discuss the item on top of it? Or...
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so while of course I'm not going to claim I'm the biggest, most advanced collection of German combat equipment there possibly could be, like I'm still on, getting a full set, collecting nice condition and nice pieces of German army stuff. That there is a very nice example of a German army late war belt buckle made of steel. Usually you find them really rusted up and not quite such good condition, but this one has somehow managed to stand the test of time and is, as you can see, lovely with all of its original paint.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's the sort of thing that you just don't see very often anymore. Tim, like to add anything?
Um, yeah, no, I mean, as I say, belt buckles are, as I say, for the advanced collectors, especially German Second World War, because there's different variations. There's early war, mid war, late war. There's medics, or sanitator, really is the proper name. Was Kriegsmarine. There's Luftwaffe, two different patterns of those Luftwaffe ones. And I say for the advanced collector, it's a bit more, um, if I can say, easier if you're more advanced to get German just specifically belt buckles. And I say they're a bit out of the price range of the younger, newer collectors, as I say. Um, well, and of course, if you compare the big House Ruxton book and compare that to a beginner's guide, for example, the Blandford series, of course, you would notice two things, or even three things. Two things. Firstly, is the size of it and the actual scope of the book, and the second thing is the vast quantity of actual illustrations and photos in the book. as I say, Toby, discussed on it earlier about the amount of items and the rarity and the scarcity of items in the advanced, pardon me, collecting book. There is, of course, to the beginner's guide on the Blandford series, and again, it's if you've got a library, that is a good library for advanced collecting. So, and as I say, on the another thing for rarity and scarcity, scarcity is that a word? On the right here, it's got a German S-bit leaflet. So German S-bit cooker, which is a basic, what they still manufacture today, is you put your methylated tablet in it and you can cook. Put your stove on the top and you can cook, or your mug. S-bit leaflets, again, for the advanced collector, you don't really, or really for the beginner, I should say, you hardly ever see them. As I say, they're for the advanced collectors. The S-bit leaflets, again, you don't really see them. And do you want to touch a bit more on that, Toby?
Yes, so the S-bit leaflets are unbelievably rare. A lot of people consider them well, I've heard people say, oh, they're a fantasy item, blah blah blah. They're not. They're definitely original. This one emerged with sort of a small stock of them. I think there were about 6 of the leaflets, if I remember correctly, something like that. Making a total of probably about 7 or 8 that I know of in existence. Because as you can see, it's just a very flimsy bit of paper. Would have just been used as fuel. These came in the sort of big boxes that they shipped out, and then it's just advertising, sort of promotional material. So it's just something that even many very advanced collections don't have.
Yeah, thanks, Toby. And also, just to touch on quite quickly, is dealing. That means is selling items. If you are a beginner and you're starting out in collecting, sorry for the dog. If you're a beginner and kind of starting out in, again,
right.
Sorry for the dog. As I say, if you're a beginner, selling items, you kind of have to know exactly the date, if they're genuine, everything, because you can't sell an original item thinking it's original and it's fake. It's a bit, it's a bit it's a bit, well, I can't really say the word. Is it rotten? Is it a bit? It's a bit dubious. It's a bit. I can't really think of the word now, but it's kind of sold as seen, but it's not exactly. It's kind of, you're telling a lie, if you like. Again, if you want to really properly deal, meaning sell items, you have to kind of be a bit advanced to know exactly the price range of the item you're selling, and if you have contacts, that's another thing. Contacts of actual dealers as well, or friends who like to deal and would like the item, or things like that. So, did you want to touch anything about dealing, selling
Yeah, I
items?
think it can be a very good way if you know what you're talking about to make a bit of money. If you have something you no longer need, you can sell that and then do whatever you really like with the money. It's, as Tim said, that it's very important not to sell fakes. A lot of that was something I was going to touch on in the previous video, but I might as well do that now. Is even big dealers sometimes make mistakes, and sometimes fakes slip through the net, which is why you should always look upon everything with a very critical eye. However, it's in the interest of everyone to make sure that you actually know enough about what you're selling to determine whether something's a fake or an original, or a copy or a replica, or whatever, something like that. If it's just a very frowned upon practice to sell fakes, and the thing is as well, is even if you didn't mean to, it hurts your reputation. People won't want to buy from you as much. Which is why it's always good to be, honest and upfront about something. If you don't quite know what it is, say, ask or read books, or just say somewhere on a forum, I'm not sure quite what this is. Ask about it, because you will be able to find. And there goes the dog again.
Hello. Yeah, thanks, Toby. That's very good. and I'm trying to think of the word. I can't remember the word. There's a word in business where it basically describes exactly that, where you list an item and you say what it is, so the customer basically, or the consumer, the buyer, thinks that, oh well, that's what I'm getting, but it's not. So did you want to say anything before we wrap the video up, Toby?
No, I think that's a pretty good video.
Yeah, thanks, Toby. Just to quickly clarify, for starters, new collectors buy a very good quality reference book. As I say, pocket book size for carrying around. Blandford Colour Series, they're very good. Even the British Army Cap Badges of the Second World War, that's that book in the middle. That's a good quality advanced book, but it can easily be for beginners as well, starting in collecting. And then just go wild with whichever specific era of your hobby you like. So, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in a future video. Bye for now.